So this will be a repost of a video I already posted on YouTube that I had to privatize due to threat of legal action from one of the parties that I mentioned through a messenger of some sort, because I already have one of those parties blocked. But anyways, I'm just going to restate what I stated in the initial video, but with names redacted. Because for me, I'm the kind of person, if I don't release things, like if I don't let things out, it will kill me. And especially 2 out of the 3 people in this video have done more than enough to me to make someone want to take their own life. But the thing about it is I don't deserve to be, you know, having to sit with those feelings. They deserve those feelings. And I'm not saying that I wish death or suicide or anything like that on either of them. I'm just saying they deserve the negative feelings. They deserve the karma. It's called repercussions for your actions. And they are the ones who did what they did in this situation. I didn't. I'm not in control of their actions. They are. But anyways, for those of you who may not have seen the original video, this is just a PSA of things to be wary about as far as certain people that you may interact with on either Discord or Twitch or Snapchat or Instagram. So the first story, I'm going to, it's going to be a super brief summary because the main focus needs to be on the other 2 people. So years ago, I had an internet friend that lived in the same state that I did, that was in the music scene, but that I hadn't met. I didn't really know this person. And they had me add them on Snapchat. And when I added them on Snapchat, they continued to try to literally like manipulate me into complimenting them. So finally I gave them a compliment so they would stop. And then they proceeded to try to convince me to go out on a date with them. And again, this is a summary, but just that interaction made me extremely uncomfortable. So my advice for situations like that is just be very wary about who you add on Snapchat, especially if it's a man, because a lot of men use Snapchat as it's like their playground for doing predatory things. There was also another person who had me add them on Snapchat that I never complimented, never flirted with, and this person proceeded to send me increasingly risque after increasingly risque unsolicited nudes. And I screenshotted one of them and held it in until I couldn't anymore, because I was, you know, concerned, what if they did this to somebody else? And then when I spoke up about it, of course, all of, you know, his friends and his girlfriend's friends made it their personal mission to ruin my life. I didn't include his name in the post initially, but I guess she recognized his bedroom in the picture from the screenshot and tipped him off, because I didn't have him in my friends. And the lack of self-respect that you have to be in a relationship with someone who did what he did to me. Apparently, I didn't know this until after the fact, because I didn't know the guy. I just remember noticing a week later they were Facebook official. I didn't know that this, you know, that they were anything. And I didn't feel that kind of way about him either. Again, he was just a random person to me. And so, but yeah, the lack of self-respect that she's not only with this guy who did what he did to me literally a week before they were Facebook official, but then to tip him off. So anyways, those are the first 2. The next one will be the one who has threatened legal action by way of his friend, because I have him blocked. And I have a limit on this video, so I may not speak on everything that I spoke on in the last video. But a summary is, I knew this guy on and off for 3 years, never met him, and not too long ago he had hit me up on Instagram and in my messages, and it ended up escalating to the point where he was trying to convince me to send him nude pictures, and he was trying to talk to me about sex, so I guess it would be like cyber sex. And then not long after that, I noticed he switched it up, and then someone had asked him about me, and that's when he proceeded to state that there was someone else that he was, you know, in love with and trying to get in the good graces of. And so I thought to myself, if he's telling this chick that he's in love with her, I'm sorry, but love is not, oh, I love you, but I'm going to go try to get dudes from this other person and try to talk to them about sex. So I thought she deserved to know, so I told her. And then through this process of discovery, I have found that there are at least 2 or 3 other women that he's been, we'll say, disrespectful to in a sexually explicit manner. Including one that apparently, well, at the same time he was talking to me, and at the same time he was trying to win Nikki, excuse me, at the same time like he was trying to win this person back over, he was telling this other chick that, or reminding her that he has work trips in Texas if she ever wanted to hang out. So that's at least 3 at the same time. So no, you don't know what love is. And then the other person is someone who I used to be friends with. I used to go to his local band shows, and I hadn't talked to him in years, and he apologized to me in Instagram messages, convinced me to add him on Snapchat, and then proceeded to tell me that years ago when I bent down to pick something up at a show, that he took a picture, I guess, of my ass without my knowledge and without my consent, and then used it to jack off to or masturbate to for however many years. I confronted him about it several times, and then eventually he claimed that he deleted it from his phone, but I have no way of knowing that. So obviously that situation was extremely uncomfortable, and I felt like I couldn't block him because I didn't know if he would post the picture, send it to people, show it to people. I didn't know what he was going to do, and so I was fearful. And so these are things that I can't hold in anymore, and I also kind of just wanted this to be a PSA to, don't ignore red flags. Snapchat is a red flag. With this one person, we'd only ever been friends, and he told me that he thought of me as a friend, so I took him at face value and added him on Snapchat, when Snapchat has been a red flag in the past because of what men have done on there. So I naively believed him at his word when he told me we were friends, and then didn't waste any time doing what he did on Snapchat. But that's just my venting. My video has to be at 7:52 is the limit because of memory on my phone, and I'm at 7:47. So if you have any questions, message me. There will be more information.